What is going on, guys? As I told y'all guys in the last F-150 video, it is time that we upgrade this slimy junk, truck manifold, and I'm super excited. It's just, it's a very in-depth, and we're gonna have to unhook a lot of stuff. So today is gonna be the perfect day to do it. Phil's gonna come down and he's gonna retune the truck for the 18 manifold with no IMRCs. And on the internet, a lot of people are saying that these 6R80 trucks do not pick up as much power as the Gen 3 trucks with 18 manifolds. So I'm here to debunk that or confirm it today. Today we actually have more DA than our personal best. So if we beat our personal best with the positive DA, it's going to show that the 18 manifold actually picked up a lot. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start unhooking all this stuff, take off the cold air, take off all these vacuum lines, and I'll keep you guys updated. Alright guys, I'm making this video just because how hard I just fought getting this fucking manifold out. Man, this thing was a pain in the ass. So, first things first, you guys, I didn't know this, you guys want to get these little clips out. They push in to the slots in the back of the manifold right there, and it just secures them to the manifold so they're not all jumping around. Well, this damn SOB, this thing's hard. I guarantee you this sensor will never come loose. I'm pushing this down with a screwdriver, wiggling it back and forth. The best way to do it, at least on these models, is to get the harness out of the way, push this all the way to the right, get in there. I was literally laying in the truck, get in there, push on it with the screwdriver and get them out. Some of these clips have these little red clips on them. This one's gone, but you push it back and then you have to press the button to get it out. Best way to do it is to get a little screwdriver, push it back a little bit, and then push this button right here to get it off. Oh yeah, you guys can tell these cylinders are all oily. I'm glad I got a catch can now. Let's get it out. Thought the fight was over, but not yet. This is for the IMRC. You can see it goes to that tube that goes up. It's a team effort right here to get this thing off, but then we'll be done. All right guys, another thing, these two little guys right here are your knock sensors. And these plugs, if not plugged in, if you guys do an IMRC delete, need to be tied up just like how I did, because if they're rattling around, you're gonna get false knock, and that's not good. So no IMRCs anymore. That's the map sensor connection. All we gotta do is put the intake manifold back on. And if you guys are putting the IMRCs back on, good luck with those plugs, because I would never do this again. Alright guys, so we finally got it out. I managed to pull that red clip out the cylinder. I just blew it out with some compressed air. But yeah guys, a lot harder than I thought. It's just those clips, man. Everything else was easy, but it was just getting the clips off. You guys can tell the truck manifold is a little bit taller. Short runners, net higher in horsepower. My boy Andy came through with a fresh port job on these runners. I'll put up a detailed one in a little bit, but you guys can tell how big the runners were before and after on the truck. So yeah, my boy Phil got me nervous because he's saying that Andy might have went too deep on the port and it might not match the head, so I'm kind of nervous. But my boy Andy did hook me up and he went ahead and shaved the back of the manifold for me, because as you guys know, these 15 plus trucks are map sensor, not MAF, MAP. So this is the map sensor right here. We're gonna need to put this over here. So I'm doing the same orientation, just like this, right over here. So I'm probably gonna do it right here. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did it, and then we'll start putting it back together. Alright guys, so this was the most intimidating part. There's gonna be little, you know, squares right here. You have to cut them off, shave them all off. My boy Andy did it for me. So I started off with the pilot holes you guys saw, and I stepped it up all the way with this thing, step by step by step. And as you guys can tell, it slips in there, but it's not held by the O-ring. So it kind of just flops around, but it has some grab to it, but there will definitely be a vacuum leak. So that's why we got this. That's what a lot of guys use, so I'm gonna be using the same. Blue silicone, sensor safe. And I'm also going to drill a small hole and see if we could get this bolt to fit. Right here. And then I'll screw this in because it does have some threads like a wood screw. So see if we could use the OEM bolt. Ready guys? These are like $300 right here. They're called the SMD lockouts. Because suck my dick, I'm not paying $100 for something that could zip tie close. I actually just drilled a hole right there. That way the zip tie won't slip off. Man, these things are not going anywhere. Those things aren't going anywhere. So right now, we'll just trim these little ears off, get this thing back on the truck, and see what it does. Alright guys, so we got the manifold back in, got injectors back in. As you guys know, I've been saying I deleted the IMRC. So we lost a bunch of stuff that goes to the back, which that's good, it cleans up the engine bay. But you guys can see this part right here. That was my first fuck up. I kind of broke the nipple on it, so I electrical taped it together. I'm not sure if that's a vacuum or if it's just, or if the IMRC pushes air into it. So we'll see if when we turn it on, see if it leaks. If it does, we might have to glue it or something. But yeah, you guys with the IMRCs, basically it will go on just like it did on the 18 manifold. Left side right here is PCV, middle is to your brake booster, to the right is going to be your vent valve. This is 15 to 17 guys, goes right here. 18 to 20 guys, y'all already have y'all's vent valve back there, so it connects 18 to 20, so a lot easier. So again, PCV, far left one, middle one, brake booster, right one goes to this valve right here, and we're not gonna be able to reuse these bolts, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna use. And this is off the back of the IMRC, so we're gonna use this hose right here, and I'm gonna show you guys what I used it for. Alright guys, just to show you all the finished product of everything. So you guys can see it's really clean now. Except I guess the GT manifold pushed the PMAS super close and it was actually rubbing the coolant tank. So that's just a piece of hose rubbing it together. But you guys can see how tight it is. I'm pulling on it. That thing isn't moving. So hopefully that little vibration doesn't cause any false knock. But you know, we're modifying this. GT manifold doesn't belong on this truck, so this is the purge valve. Goes straight into the third one, like I said. Zip tied onto this heater hose, which hopefully it doesn't get too hot. It's rubbing against there, but it should be all right. Purge valve, it goes to the back, and then I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna leak. If there's a vacuum leak, it's probably gonna be this, because it's not sealed good. It's just electrical taped because I broke the plastic off. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and fire it up and see what it sounds like. Nervous guys, cross y'all's fingers. Woo. Let's get it. Alright, so it did stumble a little bit when it started, but it Could be because there was no fuel. Well, I let it idle down, and then we're gonna listen for any whistles, you know, vacuum leaks. See what it sounds like, guys. All right, guys, so it's about 130 degrees operating temp, and I think it's a successful install. I don't hear any whistling, any, you know, things like that. We almost fucked up when we dropped that red clip inside the cylinder. I'm glad I caught that. You guys know I'm good at dropping shit in the cylinder. My OGs know that I dropped a screw in the 2-valve, and the 2-valve fucking ate it, disappeared. So we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I mean, it's purring like a kitten. It sounds good. It hasn't popped the check engine light yet for the IMRCs, but you know, it is going to. Sounds good, man. So if you have a 15 to 17, I say this is a successful install. Just again, guys, you know, take your time on this. You know, it's nothing too crazy, but one of the biggest pains in the ass. Like I didn't believe these guys. I was like, nah, they're just talking shit. The back of the manifold, make sure you guys unclip that wiring harness first in the back with those little worm gears, because man, I was trying to unclip those things when the manifold was tight. Once you take that off, the manifold comes out a lot. Let's wait for Phil to get into town, guys, and I can't wait, man. 7,500 shifts. It's a go. Let's get it, baby.
Tomorrow.
Well, boys, the results are in. We got the truck tuned. We went out there, made some licks. Actually, made a couple licks. Beat the shit out of the truck, man. Honestly, worse than I like to do. We probably did 10 plus hits on the street back to back to back. And these coyotes are tough, man. So when Phil put the sauce in it with the 18 manifold tune, it started running good and running fine, and no issues with the install, no issues with leaks, nothing like that. We were able to kick off a 14.0. We were getting 14.0s consistently, which before was a 14.1. So, and the RPM was at 7,000 RPM. So Phil went ahead and did his thing, and we'll show you the guys the video right now. I was a 14.0. Yeah. I was at 2.4. And Phil did his thing, 14.0. And I was like, man, what's the RPM shifting at? And he was like, 7 grand. And I was like, let's bump that up, man. Let's get that up. Let's get that up there. So he was playing with the tune, see what the truck liked. And he went ahead and added the RPM to go to 7,400, 7,500. And these are the results, man. 1384. And that is with Phil in the truck. And he's an extra 215 pounds. So my boy Phil got the truck to go 1384 at 102 mile an hour, man. And that is comparing to our previous best, which our previous best is 14.16 at 101. And that's with that 2,000 negative DA, guys. That's what you guys need to understand. Our DA today was negative 670, so still pretty good weather, but that was negative 2,000. And the 60 foot back there was 2.42, and the 60 foot now is 2.37. So guys, we picked up 4 tenths and 2 mile an hour in the quarter mile. And not just to mention our 60 to 100, same DA as the last time compared to today's DA. It was a 772 is our best 60 to 100, and now it is a 705, guys. We're about to crack into the 6s, which I think is easily possible. This is all done on a full tank of E85, guys, full weight. I actually did weigh the truck, and the truck only weighs 4,280 pounds, which I'm pretty surprised at, but we can easily get that thing under 4,000 pounds with, you know, going max effort with weight reduction. But I would probably just removed the tailgate and the jump seat and probably the passenger seat if I was gonna race on the street or something like that. And we're on stock 20s, guys, a stock heavy 20s. So you guys know before we ran a 13.7 with no cold air intake, no 18 manifold, shifting at stock RPM, and that's because the truck was on those little tires that weighed nothing. So, oh, I forgot to tell you, after we left Phil, I went ahead and went out there. I was like, I want to see what it does with extra 200 pounds out of the truck. So I went ahead and made our PB hit, and that's a 1375, guys, at 103 miles an hour. So we picked up 2 mile an hour with that freaking 18 manifold and with the tune. And this thing is just freight training up top, guys. Like, this intake was a very much needed upgrade for this truck. I will not be going back to that truck manifold. I'm gonna destroy it, throw it away, do whatever with it. But it's just power robbing, and these coyotes love to rev, that's for sure. So yeah, man, I want to send a huge shout out to my boy Phil for all the knowledge and stuff. He probably gets annoyed with all the questions that I ask him, but I'm asking like, hey man, does a truck like this timing? What's the RPM at? How much timing per horsepower does it add? I'm just trying to get like the basic knowledge of tuning. Tuning's a crazy thing, and Phil's really good at it. So man, Phil, thank you so much, bro, and like, thanks for working with me. And I want to send another shout out to my boy Andy for the port work. He actually shaved the fins back down on the back of the manifold for me, so I was able to drill and put the map sensor in there by myself, which I wouldn't have been able to shave it down because I don't have a Dremel or anything like that. I really need to invest in one. But thanks, my boy Andy, you did an awesome work on the port, and I'm pretty sure it helped out with the ET. So yeah, guys, the next thing for the truck, Phil said that it wasn't adding the correct timing per ethanol percentage that we had, because probably most likely airflow, and that's due to those log style headers that F150's has. So I need to get some long tube headers. I just really don't want to pay over $1,000 for headers, and I know that 2M makes some decent headers. We will see if we do headers on the truck. But for now, guys, I'm just gonna enjoy the 18 manifold as is. Do some more runs, and this truck is rolling out pretty good, man. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, next thing, I want to lift it. I want to lower it and probably put some headlights on it, start working on some more cosmetic stuff. I'm pretty satisfied with the speed right now. When we turn it up, which we are going to, you guys know me, once I get bored of this, or if trucks start beating me, I'm probably gonna have to hit up Nitrous Express, and we're gonna see what we can do with this truck and start pushing the envelope. But with that being said, we are going to need some traction, because these 20s are not going, man, and we were just leaving 11s down the street when we were trying to take off, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we need to put a tire on this thing, so probably could do a drag radial in the rear, and that'll be a video on its own to see what it can 60 foot, because right now our personal best 60 foot is like a 237 on the street, which is trash. And I know, like, I should have got a 4-wheel drive, but 2-wheel drive, it's doing pretty good. So yeah, man, we have a lot of stuff to look forward to. If you guys are new for the F150 content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button, man. This video took a lot of effort to make, and I really enjoyed making it for you guys. So don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button with that bell notification so you guys know every single time I upload. It's Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you guys on the next one, man. It's your boy, 4.6Chris. Peace, man.
Girl, in my dreams I said I know it. In my dreams I said I know it. In my dreams I said I know that I can. So baby, please don't let me blow it. Begging, please don't let me blow it. You can't do this, but I know that I can. Girl, in my dreams I said I know it. In my dreams I said I know it. In my dreams I said I know that I can. So baby, please don't let me blow it.